So hi everyone. So what we have today, a new database, that is HBase, that is ecosystem of Hadoop, and it is called the external database of Hadoop as well. As we have certain limitation we have in HDFS, like high latency, we cannot read or write data randomly. Second, it work on one principle, data once written we cannot modify. So to sort out this issue, Hadoop designed its one external database that is called HBase. So what is HBase here? HBase is a NoSQL product. It's columnar database, and it is called external database of Hadoop, which perform on OLTP, right? And it is also a master-slave architecture. So what are the challenges we are facing into HDFS? We can sort this problem by using HBase. So HDFS is good for the batch processing, but if you have to modify the data, if you have to update the data, then it's better to work with HBase, Hadoop ecosystem. HBase support OLTP. Hadoop does not support real-time transaction. That is what the challenge we have in HDFS. HDFS cannot read or write data randomly. That is called high latency. HBase can read or write data randomly. So parallelly, you can understand where you have to use with HDFS and what cases we have to use with HBase. Okay. The architecture of HDFS and HBase remains same. Both are master-slave architecture. In HDFS, we have a name node, data node, secondary name node. These are the components we are using. HBase, we have master resource manager, right? And the master is HMaster we have, and the slave is reason server. Okay, so usually HBase is more designed and more demanding into data lake concepts. If you're using the data lake concept in your project, HBase is more helpful. It stores the data in a column format, which I've mentioned here. It's a columnar format. It's a product of NoSQL, not only SQL, in which we have different categories. Your HBase comes under the columnar database. Okay, so it's a very different approach. It's a the way it store data, it's very different, and it's especially good for structured data that you can use it to work with unstructured but very limited data. So just keep it in mind, this is the limitation we have HBase. It's good to store structured data, and we have multiple features. Schema, that's totally different. Okay, so in your project, if you're working with a multiple frequently you're using modification or read or write data randomly, it's better to migrate data from HDFS to HBase. We have multiple ETL tool, in-house ETL tool using pick or hide we can use for that. Okay, thank you.